everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is the first video of our new series, Life and Struggle, and we are going to talk about my decision of being a stay-at-home mom. I would like to tell you a little bit more about me and my family background. I'm from Ecuador, and I got my business degree there, and I worked there for 5 years before I got married. I had a pretty successful career, I think I can say, even though I was young. But once I got married, I had to move to Italy because that's where my husband was stationed, and I couldn't work there. I tried to find jobs, but they said I couldn't work because I wasn't a US citizen. That was something that made me pretty sad by then, because guys, I was raised to pursue a career, and my friends were already lawyers and they were managing companies. And I was kind of feeling behind. So yeah, that was pretty rough, but I decided once I get to the US, I'm gonna start working. So I waited. We finally came to the US in May, and I started looking for jobs as soon as we got here. Luciana was 9.5 months, and 2 weeks after we arrived, she started walking. Guys, that girl started working at 10 months. I haven't been happier in my life. Being there for her, like looking at her proud face, she was so happy, so proud that she was walking. I cried so much. And that's when I started thinking, should I stay at home? And a lot of things came to my mind. I had a lot of thoughts. Don't take this the wrong way. It was a really tough decision. I saw throwing in the towel on my job as a sign of weakness. And I asked questions like, am I being a bad mom if I go to work and I leave my child? Do I love my kid enough to go to work or to stay at home? What if I find a job I don't like? So after weeks and weeks of thinking about it and crying about it, I finally made a decision of stay at home, and I took in consideration 4 things, and I want to share it with you. Those 4 things to me were influence, milestones, finances, and career goals. Let me give you my thoughts on influence. If I went to work, I had to leave my baby on daycare, which is okay. I know a lot of people do this, but to me it was pretty scary thinking the kind of people my baby was going to be surrounded by. I don't know that people, and all the harm that could come with it. How are they going to treat my baby? What kind of language they're going to use about my baby? The kind of books, etc., etc., etc. And also, something that was pretty important was the language, like the Spanish influence. I speak Spanish, and I want to give my baby that language too, and also that culture that comes with it. So no one better than me, that I'm a native Spanish speaker, to teach her that. Because when you're at home, you are the first teacher. In those first years, you are like the most influence they can get. They copy every single thing you do. Really, I'm honestly surprised of how much my baby can learn just listening and just looking what I'm doing. So that was important to me. On the second point, milestone, I didn't want to miss any. I was so happy to see my baby walking that I thought I want to be there for all my future children's major milestones. Right there, first sit. I want to see the first time they sit up, the first time they eat solid food, the first words. And if I send my baby to daycare, of course you have the daycare camps, but nothing like in life, nothing like being there for them and see their faces. The fact that I'm gonna stay at home pretty much guarantee that I'm gonna be there for her, literally every step of the way. On the third point, our finances played a big part on our decision. If we were working, I had to pay daycare or a nanny and all the stuff that comes with it. I was doing the math and adding daycare, gas, the work wardrobe. At the end, I was left in pennies, and assuming that I was gonna get $20 per hour. And if you add another child, which we're planning on have, it's very expensive. I was in red. Daycares are expensive. It was plain cheaper for me to stay at home than to go outside and work. And lastly, career goals. As I told you, I was working in Ecuador, but on an industry I didn't like. I worked as a manager on a warehouse and it was pretty exhausting. I was told that I couldn't turn off my phone. I had to be there 24/7. And in many cases, very often, I woke up at 3 a.m. in the morning, opened my computer, and started working because they needed me. So, having the thought that I could find a job like that scared me and stressed me already. So I figured that staying at home will give me that freedom, let's say it like that, and focus on what I like, which is videos, editing, rather than go and find again another job I don't like. So these are the 4 areas I consider, but let me tell you something. The decision of going to work or stay at home affects many people. Just do what makes you happy. I have always thought that a healthy mom, mentally and physically healthy, it's equal happy kids. Picture yourself in both scenarios. If you go to work, on one hand, you have that benefit of camaraderie, you have lunches, and you can drink coffee while it's hot. On the other hand, if you stay at home, you can have that freedom on one level, but your days will revolve around meals, nap times, and play days. Don't take me wrong. You can make friends, you can find other parents, and you can talk and build relationships, but they're less sporadic and the conversations might be less stimulating. At the end of the day, your kids are gonna be fine either way, but you're guaranteed find moms that took a different decision, and that's okay. Just own yours. The most important thing is that your kids are in a loving, stress-free environment. Okay guys, that was my journey, that was my decisions and all the stuff I considered, and I wanted to share it with you. I hope I can help you. Don't forget to like and subscribe this channel, and also if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm as Angimaggelet. You can find me there. I'm very active. Thanks a lot for watching. See you next time. Bye!